Welcome to the Loose and Moose podcast.
I'm Luce.
And I'm Moose.
Two unlikely best friends that I guess love the sound of their own voice, so decided to hit recording.
All right, we are finally here. The Loose and Moose podcast, episode 1. 3 hours and 48 minutes of preparation. 3 pillows on my seat later. Welcome.
Hello. We're finally here.
We'll put a photo up after of the shittiest of all shitty rigs and why it took 3 hours, but I'm super excited.
You made a good point though, because we don't really have any devices left to take photos on. We've got phone, camera.
Hey, I'm hoping
laptop.
you're mates with your neighbours because we're going to knock on the door in a minute and just be like, hey, we haven't met yet, but do you want to be part of the Loose and Moose podcast? Obviously, we're at a studio. I was just kidding. There's no neighbours. All right, episode 1.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
I've been looking forward to this, honestly.
Yeah.
Like everything else is just like pales in comparison to this. Am I right? Or am I right?
No, you're definitely right. Definitely right.
It's been good otherwise. What about yours?
Same.
Yeah.
Christmas prep with work. We work the same job for everyone playing at home in retail, so Christmas is it's getting busy. But yeah, I'm super excited. Loose and Moose podcast. Get it started. Get it out and about.
Yeah, that's how we need to kick it off, I reckon, because I don't know if this is just me, but I think our friendship is kind of unexpected. Like, if people knew us, but they didn't know, they knew both of us, they didn't know we knew each other, and then they found out we were best friends, they'd be like, oh, really? That's interesting. 2
absolutely amazing humans.
Obviously.
Gorgeous, smart. But
obviously.
Yes, no, we are very unique. But I think, like we said it earlier, like we're interested in each other's uniqueness, which is kind of cool. Sometimes you just switch that off and you're like, that's just boring. I'm not into that. Where yours, I'm kind of like, ooh, that's kind of exciting. Plus, our story is quite long and quite funny. So,
yeah. So my idea for the first episode of the pod was telling the story of how we became to be best friends in as much detail as we can. And then I think hearing it from each other's perspectives will be pretty funny. And then we can correct each other and I'd tell each other if we're wrong or right or whatever. And it'll be interesting to see if we see it the same way or not. So what do you reckon?
Are we putting rules on? Are we allowed to interrupt as we go, or we'll just see how we go as it goes?
What do you reckon? I think we can interrupt each other.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think so.
All right. You go first.
So I think the too long didn't read version, the TikTok version, if you will, is that we work together. We work for the same company, retail company. I had heard for years about this infamous Moose guy. Like, whose name is even Moose? I should clarify as well. My name is Lucy, but we just did the Loose and Moose podcast because it just rolls off the tongue, right?
Yep.
So I'd heard of this infamous Moose guy, and I thought, who is he going to be? I was picturing some like crazy dude. But everyone loved Moose. Like, everyone would go on about Moose. And I finally got to meet him. It was like, we're getting a new manager at work. It's this Moose guy. And again, sorry, this is meant to be long story short, but long story short, finally got to meet Moose after all these years. And I felt like he was true to his reputation and he was really cool and I really liked him. And I think he really liked me at first. And then it didn't take long for him to just like hate me and want to fire me. I was going through some stuff, which we'll go into later, like more detail. But yeah, again, too long didn't read, liked me at first, then hated me, wanted to fire me, but instead gave me some tough love and then helped me grow into a better person. And in that journey, we became best friends. And now like I'm auntie to his kids and like we will call each other for anything, be there for each other through anything. And it's become this, unexpected friendship that I think even like your parents are probably like, why are you friends with this random girl? And a lot of people don't expect my best friend to be like a dad with 3 kids. Just like, it's just, I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with all of that, apart from all the nice things you said. But it's funny when I was talking about starting the pod, it's like telling some of the origin stories. People were like, how are you guys even friends?
I know.
Like, I guess so. I like to sum it up as from fired to family, which we nearly got the fired part. We nearly got the family part. But I remember coming, down to moving to your store, and literally hit it off. Obviously, you're just a likable person with a heart of gold. And then as a manager, there was obviously some things that were quite frustrating. We had like some or every asterisk. I'll put that in the video. Wednesdays off sometimes, which I did as well. No interrupting, thank you. Which was the most awkward interaction we've ever had, but we might go into that later. But there was always something there, and I think like the best thing, and it's awesome because you now do what I do, and you've had multiple people go through these journeys as well as instead of just dismissing that, we stuck to it, and obviously our other manager was fantastic as well. And then from that, it was just amazing because you just went on this crazy journey. We've always said to you, it's just the confidence thing for you. You are this badass bitch that we talk about. I remember how many times we'd say that and be like, all right, cool. You do that on everything else that you do in life. You need to do that at work and in some other aspect. And once you figured that out, fuck, now how good. And for us to now be, in the same jobs and, as I said, like, loving my kids and amazing relationship with my wife. And it's just cool. It's just super cool.
It is.
And I think my favorite thing with our relationship is it's just hilarious. And I think that's why we want to do this is we have the best time all the time, and other people around us when they hang with us say that they have an awesome time. So I guess the point of the pod is to, one, we get to catch up, and there's no kids around at the moment, so how good.
I hope not. They would knock everything
sorry if
over.
they're listening.
This would be a disaster.
And have an awesome time, and I guess give some of that insight of our stories, and it'll be heaps of fun, maybe some tears, maybe some emotional showers, maybe some other things, but it's going to be cool.
Yeah. So I think that's that nails it. It's like we have so much good vibes that it just like seems like we need to share them with other people, and we think we're pretty funny, so we hope that other people think we're funny too.
We will soon find out.
Yeah, I guess.
If this is the first and only episode, thank you so much, Mum, for listening. If it's not, then how good.
But anyway, so you agree with my too long didn't read version is Infamous Moose joins the store I was at. I love him immediately. He loves me immediately. And then he hates me because I start to be really annoying, and then gives me tough love. I grow, I become better, and then he loves me again.
Yeah. And then it moves into the proud stage.
Yeah. Cool. Like, love me more now than you could have if I didn't piss you off so much for so long.
Yeah.
So I guess if we go into like more detail, I don't know if you even remember, like, if you knew of me before you got to the store, or if you remember meeting me or anything, but I remember, you were completely different to what I expected you to be. When you hear the nickname Moose, I expected like, because where we work, I think this is maybe quite typical for the people who work there. I expected a big, scary looking metal dude with long hair, like covered in tattoos, like very scary, because that suits the name Moose, right?
Did you hear about the original Moose we had in our business?
Wait, what?
Yeah. So at one of the branches in Adelaide where we're from, there was another moose which I met at a Christmas party, and from Canada, massive, and he's looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so I guess it's good that I'm not like cooked for thinking that. But yeah, I remember just thinking, oh, that's not at all what I expected. And in our very first morning meeting, you introduced yourself and you were like a lot quieter than I expected. So just completely different vibe. But then you went around to everyone, I assume, but you came around to me to just ask who I was and what I was about. And I remember it instantly being shocked, like what? Is this guy cares about me? Because I was going through this real time in my life where like I was a very negative person. I was everything, like I was like looking for the negatives all the time, and the more you look for them, I guess the more you find them, right?
For sure.
So I just felt like the world was out to get me, and I hated everything. So then my day job, I was trying to pursue other things maybe outside of my day job. I had been at uni and I wanted to do like some other things, and I thought I'm just going to put in as little effort as I can in my day job to save like all my energy for all the other stuff I want to do in life. And I didn't realize that that's actually very counterintuitive, because you end up getting more miserable and more, I don't know, exhausted in your life. So then I think because of that, all my managers hated me in the past because I was heaps annoying, always negative and whatever. And then, first meeting this new manager and he actually like cares about me and wants to ask who I am. I thought that's pretty cool. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to start trying at work. I'm going to impress this new manager. And I thought I'll just start trying for a bit. And then I remember, I don't know how long you'd been there at this point, but I remember you saying something to me once, oh, did you want me to show you how to do this? Because then if you want to be a manager, you'll know how to do it. And I was like, the fuck? This new manager seems to like me and believes that I could be a manager. And I've only just maybe started trying for a little bit. Far out. Maybe I should keep trying.
I think on your other point as well, like in what we get to do, it's awesome when people tell us and open up enough about outside of work stuff. Like, because that's not a scary thing for us. We're not like, oh no, they're going to quit here. And, you know, we're left. I think like if you can nurture that and genuinely be interested, and it was cool because the stuff you were doing, I'm like, that's wild and how cool. Like double down on that. Like it's not a bad thing. And knowing that it would eventually just flow on to every other part of your life, which then all of, you know, those little buckets continue to grow. So like we were genuinely interested because why wouldn't we be, right?
And I think, I don't know why I didn't just say it before. Like the thing I was trying to pursue was like social media through like I won this modeling competition and I thought maybe that could be a career path for me. And I guess, I don't know, I wanted to put all my effort into that. But then you kind of made me realize the skills you learn at your day job can help with that and vice versa. So there's never any waste in putting effort into anything really. But
and now we're here and I'm stealing all your social skills
while
we're doing this.
My tiny amount of clout and or skills, I guess. Yeah, maybe there's some skills involved. All this equipment.
The lighting in here is fantastic. Okay, what they're seeing is so good. The rest is super funny.
But then, I don't really remember when it went so downhill. I think I was just very like going through a lot, like my mental health. I don't know if I shared that with you straight away or if it took me a while, but like I had some mental health issues and I feel like I was trying really hard, going to therapy a lot and just like trying everything I could, but I didn't realize some of the mental like shifts I had to make to actually put the work into place. So it took me a long time.
Yeah.
And during that time, it was a lot of calling in sick for work at the last minute. Like I'm meant to be there at 8:45 and calling at 9 a.m. to say I'm not going to be there. And in my head, I was genuinely thinking like, I'm going to die. I can't go to work right now. Like I'm literally dying when looking back, I know now there was nothing wrong with me, but at the time I thought I was dying. And he's just thinking, oh, this annoying bitch has just called in sick again at the last minute. Like I hate her now. And I did it a lot. Like I pushed it a lot. And then every time it was a check-in, like, do you need anything from me so you can stop being so annoying? What's the issue? It would always be like, I swear I'm trying. And I genuinely was, but it just like, I look back now and I see the changes I needed to make, but I just couldn't see it at the time.
I think that's a really good point as well. Like knowing that we had the relationship at the start, because it's all about the personalities and that hit off straight away, meant there was more for us to commit to. Like I know that sounds bad, but you know what I mean? Like knowing that you were so open with all of these conversations, we were in the right headspace ourselves to be able to have that conversation as well. Because if we weren't and you weren't, then like the relationship would be completely different. But that was really cool. I think building that foundation of just being, you know, super awesome friends and then being like, cool, it's actually worth this, knowing that you will be able to get through this, and then how powerful for you. And now, like how good, because when you have that conversation inside of work or outside of work, like you've lived that, like it's perfect. 100%. Like how much better for you to have that conversation because it's not, hey, I've heard this from someone. It's like, that's your story.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful.
Yeah. I think there probably was like a lot of turning points, but I remember pulling you into the office one day and I don't know exactly how I worded it, but I was like something along the lines of, look, I know I've been so annoying for so long. I'm going to try so much harder now. Like something in me has changed and I'm going to start trying. And I just remember you being like, I like it. Like you're probably just like, yeah, whatever. I've heard this before. But like, I think there was a lot of tough love conversations, which is, I think, what you're so good at, is just telling me the truth that I needed to hear, but coming from a caring perspective, because I think I'd only ever had it either people not caring before or giving me the toughness without the love. Like, so
Yeah.
they were just like not helping, just being mean, I guess. So anyway, if I tell other people, like I've told some of your friends this, like friends from school and stuff, that I feel like I was just begging for someone to care about me all this time, and then you came along and cared about me, and then I was like, okay, I'm healed now.
And then a double up, I give you like a whole family to love as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
you have 3 kids that
It's
love you just as
amazing.
much as
Yeah.
well, and my wife, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, and then sorry, I'm still going with my perspective. I swear I'm almost at the end, but I do remember for so long I think I had kind of turned the corner a bit, and I was trying so hard, but I think you still kind of hated me a bit, and I feel like I noticed maybe some other people getting like promoted and getting opportunities, and I just wasn't getting them because like you still couldn't trust me. You still didn't like I don't know, I hadn't fully got there yet. But I felt like I was trying so hard for so long, and then it was more also trying with our relationship as well as work. And then I think maybe a turning point was being invited to your son's baby shower. I was like, oh, wow, okay, maybe he doesn't hate me so much. Maybe I've like redeemed myself. And for me, that was like, I don't know, the start of the. Then I got. You chose me for a promotion. I had to go through like other interviews first, but then the final decision was down to me and someone else. Then you chose me. I was like, oh my God, he chose me. And then getting opportunities throughout that experience. And then I got another promotion as well. And yeah, I just feel like I'm a whole different person now, and it's because of you. But like, you just hated me so much, and I was so annoying for so long.
Such a strong word.
You wanted
I know
to
we joke
fire
about
me.
it, but maybe the fire part. But no, like watching your journey is so cool. And the only thing I would challenge is like where you're saying like it's from us. Like it's yes, we had the tiny little part in that, but where you were and what you did was amazing. And as you said, like going through some hard love and not getting those promotions straight away is cool. And then when I got to not be the person that is then doing that, like when you moved to other stores and other managers were seeing that, like that was my most proudest moment, because it's like cool. And then you also that had confidence as well, because then it's like, hey, I'm not at this store with these 2 managers that I've always had, and like is the results or whatever from them, because it's not right.
That's true, because at the start you think, am I actually good, or do you just like me because your kids like me or whatever?
Yeah.
But then you realize I don't even need you anymore, really.
Yeah.
Like I still do. But if you didn't help me, I think I'm okay.
Yeah. And I think my favorite part there is like, you summed it up awesome, but like, you know us, but obviously like for me and my partner, like we have 3 kids, but like now, like a lot of the stuff we do at home because we have 3 kids, but it's awesome because like a lot of our friends where we live in Adelaide is from work now as well. So like we really enjoy hosting, and me, I want to crack a bottle of wine and cook and have a good time and just laugh. So I think like once we sort of get people over that, it's just really cool, because like for me, like my family is such a massive part of what I do. So like my thing is like, it's like a test sort of. It's like, oh, cool. How do people fit with that mold? Because like for me, it's like, cool. I come with 3 kids and a wife, right? So it's nice to get people in that environment, because that's everything.
Yeah.
So from that moment, it was really cool. But it's pretty wholesome. My kids, when you're there, they forget about me. So it's
there's nothing quite like being accepted by children, because they don't have to like you. They don't
savages,
have to pretend.
bro.
Like they will tell me sometimes that they don't like me because I'm being annoying, and they
not letting them on the phone because I've told them you're not allowed to.
Yeah, but like I was leaving the other day. I think you were outside. I was leaving their house, and Jackson is, how old is he? 5?
Yeah, 6.
The 6-year-old. He didn't even look up from his little Game Boy thing. As I'm leaving, I'm like, bye, Jackson, and he's like, bye, Lucy, I love you.
Not enough to get off the device and say goodbye to you, but hey, love is still, it's still there.
Come on, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that just reminds me, another little detail. I feel like I kept having, this played into how annoying I was. I kept having all these like medical emergencies. So I had a crazy.
It's not funny. I'm just like remembering the stories
funny.
as
it
it's
is
going to come out now.
It started. So the first one was I tried to lift something heavy and it broke, and I dropped it off the ladder, like the top of a ladder, and then hurt my shoulder in the process. And then like in trying to wrap up that whole situation, I had another accident at work where I had to get 20 stitches. I had to go to hospital and get 20 stitches and then come back from recovery from that. And I think I maybe just like pushed myself too hard, didn't ease back into it, just went balls to the wall and fainted at work and smacked my head on the concrete.
That was the scariest story.
Yeah.
Have we got photos of any of these we'll be able to put up?
Yeah.
The scar? Surely still got the scar.
But yeah, so I've got a scar on my leg and it's actually healed a lot. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, the scar serum I use was pretty good. But yeah, it was such a deep cut that I had to get 20 stitches and that was cooked. But then one of our another turning point was you having to like rush me to the doctor after I fainted and smacked my head on the concrete. And then you just saying, it's like I've got a fourth child now.
Yeah.
So then that was just like the thing is he loves when I call him Daddy Moose. He just loves it. Yeah.
Fuck
so
it's as bad as when I talk about cold showers for you.
That's a story for another time.
Yes.
But yeah, so he became Daddy Moose.
We'll be editing all of that out.
We had like a big work conference and I was introducing him to all these people that I knew that he didn't know. And I was like, this is Daddy Moose. And that was fun for you. But no, legit, it was like, oh yeah, you're part of the family now. It just took a couple of crazy accidents and me not having family in Adelaide and you needing to take me to the doctor and stuff. But I made my way in. Now
So
I'm part of the family.
And now it's awesome because it's like on like another level because, for me and you now we do like the exact same thing. So now you can relate to a lot of the stuff that I'm doing and then like we can really use that, because what we do can be super stressful at times. So it's nice to be able to have each other that know exactly what's going on as much as Lauren hates it when we talk about it. When you come over, there's a band. We've got a timer of what we can talk about for work, but it's
Not
nice.
now we don't.
No, we don't. But no, that's really nice for both of us is obviously to have that as well.
Yeah,
so
it is.
It's good.
And it's me being on the other side of it now makes me feel so bad for everything I did to you. I'm so sorry. But thank you for putting up with me.
It all come rushing back tonight when we did 3.5 hours of setup. But anyway, you are a pro and I'm still learning. So I'm sure everyone at home is going to love
I feel like it doesn't even look that good as if she was that fussy. Wow.
Fuck those shadows, right? Am I right? So what can everyone expect for... So they've got to know us now. What are we going to expect?
I mean, let's get to that. But do we need to change anything about the perspective? Like, is there anything from your side of the story for meeting me and becoming friends with me?
No, apart from like I was going to make a funny thing. The nickname was Wednesday Adams for you for not coming in on Wednesday because I had Wednesdays off. So it was always so much easier not to be there. But apparently that was fact checked and I'm quite incorrect on that. So I'm learning to be a little bit more humble. So I do apologize. And one of my most awkward conversations, I still remember specifically when we had that. So, hey, feedback is a gift. And it's nice to grow. But no, the story's correct. Like it was just awesome. I would take out all of the really good things you said about me because like we're only a small part of it and the hate side of things I don't think like it would ever go that full on. I probably would have said that to you 1,000 times.
You've said to my face.
Not at work if anyone's listening from work. But
outside
obviously,
you've said to my face on your couch over a glass of wine to try and emphasize the fact of how much I've grown. It was, Lucy, I hated you at one point. I wanted you fired. And now look at you. Now you're doing amazing.
Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe I did say that a few times.
You're pretty dramatic person.
Yeah,
like it's So maybe it's not so much hate, but still, for the sake of the story, just say you hated me because it's funny.
Yeah. Hey, everyone's got to get used to our banter anyway, and my embellishments of every single thing possible. So
yeah,
I'm
everything.
To it, but no, you crushed it. That is, it's a good story, and I'm sure we'll continue to drop little bits as we remember them throughout all of the.
Yeah, that's pods. The unlikely friendship of Loose and Moose. But anyway, I cut you off before. What should people expect from the Loose and Moose podcast?
So I think like this, like obviously first episode we just wanted to be open and honest and. It's going to be that. Like, it's going to be a mix of, like, some really cool stories. There'll be heaps of funny stuff. I like to think I'm hilarious. You get yourself in situations that are genuinely hilarious. Some little things that we use each other for will be really, really funny, which we can condense into some segments, which would be great. And then just some topical stuff. Like I think I just want people to be able to have like 20, 30 minutes of us giving them whatever that is, a laugh, a cry, a waste of 30 minutes to get themselves out of any situations. Imagine someone listening to this and hearing your story and you're like, fuck, I'm right in the middle of that situation.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, okay, cool. That person is now fulfilled like heaps of that part of their life, and they can get through that sort of stuff. So it's going to be everything. It's going to be a wild, wild ride, and I'm so damn excited. So yeah.
Should we maybe actually introduce ourselves as people instead of just talking about our relationship?
Yeah.
Just for context, I guess. So yeah, we both are retail managers. I am extremely single. I live alone.
I am an extremely single.
Huh?
Extremely single?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
Well,
I'm the
how
one
else
that
would you
embellishes
explain
things.
it?
Cool.
How else would you explain
No, I didn't know
my
that there was
situation?
Different.
I'm just thinking when you explain who you are, you explain your living situation, I guess your relationships, what's important to you. I do put a lot of time and effort into my work. I still have the kind of side hustle, social media kind of stuff. It did take a bit of a backseat with getting a promotion last year, but I'm trying to get it going again because it does bring me joy. In my spare time, I love live music. That's like my favorite thing to do is go see bands. And in summer, go to the beach. I love the beach. I love dogs, coffee, beer. I don't know what else.
See?
Makeup.
How is she single? I'm going to be the best wingman on all of these platforms now. That's going to be a segment. Okay, how's dating going this week? Oh, fuck, we're going to open that
unfortunately, it will be. But yes, I feel like that's me. I don't know. You'll get to know me as this goes on, but that's like me in a nutshell. How would you say Moose in a nutshell?
I like just maybe quickly on the nickname because everyone's always going to ask me, but like first job ever, grew up kitchen hand, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle is a moose. It then stuck.
So there was two kitchen hands and they would call, because you were always working together, they would call you Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Now, like you've met them.
Wait, who was it?
Jace.
Oh, no way. I have. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, they just gave us that, and then like it just moved to here in Adelaide and just introduced myself as that, and now even at work and everything, it's just now
it just stuck.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It just stuck. So
it's so weird because I can't picture. Your real name is Chris, but I could never call you Chris. Your parents call you Christopher, and it freaks me out.
Yeah,
like you're not Christopher.
Yeah.
Like Moose just suits you so much.
It's weird.
Anyway, yeah. So what's Moose in a nutshell?
So 3 kids. So my major thing is obviously just trying to, be an awesome dad and make sure that they have the best that they can. Obviously love my work. Massively music as well. We used to play bands and do all that sort of stuff, which is cool. And now seeing my kids do a little bit of that is pretty damn awesome. And then massively into football, which we're getting you into. So hopefully we'll have some special guests somewhere in this season. We'll get into some of that. But a massive Pie supporter. So 23 flags get around us.
In depth. In another episode, I feel like we're going to have an AFL themed episode.
Imagine when footy's back on, and then we can have like a little bit like a live, Moose's lounge room when they've kicked a goal sort of situation, and talk about like ridiculous stuff that.
Yeah, he
happens.
gets a bit unhinged watching AFL.
Yeah, heaps.
I was a bit shook, so that's.
We put a disclaimer on the front of that episode.
Yeah.
Switch off now if you are not a Collingwood supporter.
You were just unhinged warning, just switch off if you. I don't know, just switch off.
Easily offended.
No, it's really funny.
Basketball as well, so massively into NBA. So it's just sort of sports, that a little bit of fitness, and don't mind a little drop of the vino in my spare time. But I don't know. Like for me now with 3 kids, it's like life has just completely changed. Like I'm just here to have an awesome time and hopefully create that for everyone around me. You know what I mean? At work, outside of work, it's like
Yeah, I think you taught me that as well, that, I don't know, I used to think that you were not successful unless you had like a house and a crazy fancy career and like if you were really rich. And then I think you've taught me that just feeling loved and loving people is like actually the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
that's how you. That's what life's all about, right? And yeah, I don't know, needed the reminder.
We love that. Like with like when we got married, like it's always been travel. And even when we had Ella, our eldest, like we took her to the States when she was 2. Like we've always like spent money towards, like it sounds cheesy, everyone's all over it now, but like around experiences, because why not? Like obviously, you know, you want fancy stuff and that's nice, but it all changes when you've got kids. It's like just you know, to have an awesome time is 100% what you want to be doing all of the time. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's going to be a bloody awesome ride. This is just a taste of what we're going to be getting into. Yeah. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hopefully that gives you a nice little glimpse into who we are. But that just scratches the surface. I feel like there's so much more to talk about, clearly. What about if they want to find more of us? We've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. YouTube episodes are going to be going up.
YouTube is the main one.
Once a week, we're going to have episodes, which is amazing. So yeah, they'll be everywhere.
Yeah, please subscribe, follow, do all those things. Yeah, thanks for listening.
So good. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah.